What makes Singaporean workers happy? You'd think the most obvious reasons would be money and moving ahead in careers. But a new poll by the Labour Movement shows that beyond such factors, happiness is also tied to how family-friendly the workplace is. To help companies, the Labour Movement has issued guidelines for employers to measure where they are at in terms of being family-friendly. Imelda Saad reports.
Andrea Lau says she's a happy worker. She gets along relatively well with her colleagues. But beyond that, she says her employers are also family-friendly. For example, she has 3 days of unconditional family care leave.
I can actually, use it to take care of my parents, maybe bring them to the hospital.
And if she wants to, she can also opt to work on flexi terms. Her employer says it makes business sense to do so.
It is pretty apparent that in Singapore we face a shortage of local talent, and we are not peculiar to this phenomenon. And as such, we have to be flexible in terms of ways we obtain our employees.
According to a poll of over 5,000 respondents by the Labour Movement, 70% of respondents are happy with their workplace. The top reasons for that? Emotional, relationships with co-workers and access to family leave schemes. Also important for working mothers and fathers as a family-friendly workplace culture. As a benchmark for companies, the Labour Movement has introduced the family-friendly workplace criteria. At the very basic level, companies should offer provision for flexible work arrangements. A step up, access to family care leave. And at the top, companies should also provide facilities like childcare centres as well as career progression pathways for workers on flexible work arrangements. As an added push, NTUC wants these criteria worked into the collective agreements with unionised companies.
Workplaces, in their policies, in their culture, has to be family-friendly, not just to young parents, but also to those with caregiving needs of the elderly.
Now, moving forward, the Labour Movement also wants to see an enhancement to the tripartite guidelines for family-friendly workplaces to also cover caregivers. It says for too long, these guidelines have focused mainly on families with young children. And with Singapore's ageing population as well as the growing number of singles here, it says it makes sense to also care for the caregivers.